Remembering Yesterday, Caring Today was a reminiscence project devised by Age Exchange for people with dementia and their family carers. The project ran over 18 weekly meetings and was supported by Age Exchange volunteers and community psychiatric nurses from the local hospital.
Your glasses. Let's start. Who's over there?
In the project, we laid emphasis on non-verbal communication. We found that people with dementia could often remember through physical actions and through singing and dancing much more easily than through speech. When we first started with Remembering Yesterday, Caring Today as a project and devised the project, we devised it primarily for the family carers. They were the main target group, if you like, and we wanted to encourage them to try out lots of different ways of maintaining communication and keeping social connections going and keeping conversation going for their people. That's still a really, really central part of the project, but one of the things that happened when we started running Remembering Yesterday, Caring Today was that we had to realise that the people with dementia were also greatly benefiting from it. They were really enjoying being part of a group, really succeeding doing their own reminiscence when properly stimulated by photographs, by music, by objects, and by practical exercises. And so they really became the heart of the project.
Up there, we used to play a game, tippy can. Right. And we had a can like that, and you had two short sticks of wood to put on them. And one team would stand on the pavement one side of the road, the other team would stand on the other pavement, and you'd throw a ball at the can to dislodge the sticks. And when you dislodged the sticks, you had to run, and the opposing team had to catch you.
In the session where the people with dementia were cooking remembered recipes, their concentration was sustained over quite a long period, and they were very absorbed in the activity. Even a man who was often restless and anxious settled to the task of kneading dough for bread, an action familiar to him from his youth, and pleasurable for him to revisit. Although he could not speak about what he remembered of his baker's boy days, he was able to show his competence to his wife and to the wider group.
Everybody used to school to go down Main. Oh, that rotten school? I say it's a very nice school. Yeah, dear, she said that to me.
Why did it have a bad reputation?
I don't know.
No, you
I
thought it was
never got
okay.
to it, I should have asked.
I've got a medal.
Did you? What for?
A medal from the Kent County Cricket Club. For the
You
best
still-
all-round sportsman.
still
I never got money for that business.
Not for writing, not for reading
I
writing.
didn't pay a lot of attention to that.
It was one day, Mum said, I went home, I said, I've got to have 2 slices of plain bread to do mustard and cress.
Oh yes.
And when I got to school and opened the satchel up, it was bread and jam.
Oh no!
Take it away, Mrs. Smith.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. His little flowers opens, each little bird that sings. He made the glowing stars, he made the tiny wings. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. All things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all.
I speak for a lot of people when I say we really appreciate these afternoons.
Absolutely.
I'm a different person completely to when we first started this thing. I was a wreck when I first came in. I feel I've got a lot of friends now.
Absolutely.
Everyone is friendly, nice,
Yeah.
talk to everybody.
Yeah,
And it's a great
it's
project.
wonderful.
It's a
wonderful thing.
marvellous thing.
Everything, you know, it's been great. I think this is the 5th, 6th week that I haven't, you know, I can speak.
Oh well.
Fancy.
Mhm.
All right.
You've done it.
But everything what John said, I agree.
Pauline is very emotional. She's very.
We've got a lot to be emotional about, haven't we, Pauline?
For me, I'm absolutely staggered by what I've discovered here, because one thing is like a weekly party, and I had no idea between the aspect of a carers group, and I didn't know about a reminiscence group, and the two combined together with all the people here that are both carers and, what do you call yourselves?
We all carers in a way.
All carers, official and unofficial, is that it?
That'll do.
The mixture is absolutely delightful.
I enjoyed it, I made lovely friends, and I wish, honestly speaking, that friendship and the openness and the trust with each other and the confidentiality, hope it will extend after.
I can see how it's helped people here, and also that I feel now like I'm more confident. I've got quite a few people that I visit with dementia, but they live on their own, and so you would just pop in, check everything's all right, you know, that they've got food, the care package is okay, and then go. But now I find I'm thinking before I, what can I get them to, you know, to talk about.
In a lot of the reminiscence work we do, we use objects as a starting point. Perhaps because when you're holding an object, you're remembering, well, what it feels like, how much it weighs, what it looks like, what your hands did with it, what your body did with it. And so associations and the connections with the object can really be a helpful way of triggering memory. For some people with dementia, talking about an object is quite difficult, or just talking is difficult. So holding an object is a very physical way of remembering its use in your life, being able perhaps to tell outwards how that object was used, showing that you recognise it and that it has a meaning for you. and listening to other people talking about that thing while perhaps you were holding it. I think having the thing in your hands, the smell of it, the weight, perhaps the taste of it, depending on what it is, can re-evoke a great many memories. You would have at least half a dozen objects, and often quite a lot more, for people to handle. And the objects can be a useful connector between the person and the theme and a discussion.
Yeah, and there used to be 2 of us in the gang, right, and used to make them up. And when they used to take the hatches off the stack and used to see the bags there, they was all mostly knitted together. Where they stowed them, it was all nice and tight. So you had to free them. And I won't tell you how old it used to be. They used to be as old as that.
You can imagine your fingers are like confetti, dropping out high and down onto the church, or down onto the bridal couple, or the wedding party, etc., etc. Okay, and just shake the whole arms out. And just your toes, inside their shoes, inside their sandals. Just get the toes, having a little wiggle. Just get them moving.
I don't really think that it was a sort of down on my knees, please marry me or I shall have to commit suicide.
How disappointing.
I think it was a sort of, come on Pat, we better get married because I'm fed up with bringing you home every night and having to rush out at 10 o'clock because your mother's lying upstairs awake banging on the floor with the umbrella on. So we got married. We didn't have anybody banging on the floor, so there. But, no.
Do you remember asking the question, John?
Yes.
How did it go? Do you remember it? Tell us.
Yes, it was a carriage
Yes,
going up to the town.
to
for a
get
show or
across,
something,
yes.
yeah. And I proposed to her in the railway carriage.
How romantic.
And I said, yes, please.
Yes, please. One of the things that has come out of the project, which is beyond doubt, is that for the family carers, the stress reduction was significant. That in all the questionnaires, in all the interviews we conducted with them individually and in a group, the family carers felt that by belonging to a group specifically like this, to a reminiscence group, they'd been able to make quite deep friendships in which their lives were being talked about in the present.
We're all together.
Yeah.
That is the best thing. And everyone contributes to what goes on. And we are enjoying ourselves, aren't we? We're enjoying our memories of what happened in
And Doris said she was like meeting the lovely people on each group session. And laughing with Adrian. And she appreciated Olive's playing always. And Adrian says he's, having had previous knowledge of many people here, he's been very pleased to see improvements made.
I personally enjoyed the wedding scene because there was so much to that for everybody, had memories of that. And I've always enjoyed the sessions, but mostly I like meeting the people.
Yeah. What I really enjoyed is seeing trust develop between people and us all sort of feeling safe to open up and share memories, whether they were happy or painful, really.
And at the bottom I've got, we all appreciate the energy and enthusiasm of all the helpers here. They've been really brilliant and they've made us much more happier people than we were before, I'm sure. We're different people to the session one here. And thank you very much to all the helpers and whatever.
A book is available which details this approach to the work. It's called Reminiscing with People with Dementia, a handbook for carers, and is available from Age Exchange.